A couple weeks ago, my friend had a really good idea to bedazzle some lighters, so now I have this. And it got me thinking, what other things can I bedazzle? The next best thing I thought to bedazzle was... Now my plan is to make it look like this. I did this design because I really was liking the colors together and I really wanted to do a gradient. And I like this design too much to figure out something else to do and figure out other colors to do it with. Now the one I will actually be working on is in fact bright red, but this was bright red at one point, and I think the color scheme works pretty well with the red underneath. You can't really see the red at all, so I don't think it really matters what color you start off with, as long as you're okay with a little bit of that color possibly peeking through here and there. I will also preface this video by saying I am not a professional. This is the very first thing I have ever bedazzled, so bedazzling this will be the second thing I have ever bedazzled, so don't be too hard on me. I'm trying not to be a perfectionist about it and I want to have fun with this, so I'm going to try to do the best I can, but there still might be a few mistakes I make along the way. Little subtle foreshadowing, maybe? I'm going to be doing the same colors minus one color on the lighter because I felt like the top color that's the closest to the blue wasn't necessary for the gradient. I think that I can get away with just using 4 colors. The 5th color also doesn't even necessarily match the color scheme of the gradient anyways. So essentially the pattern I'm going to be doing to make it look like a gradient is 3 rows of a solid color and then 3 rows of mixing that solid color into the next color, and then obviously 3 rows of the next color. And I'm doing this completely randomly as well. I'm not really thinking too much about which color I'm putting beside which, but I am kind of trying to start off with mixing the different colored gems a little bit less and then mixing them a little bit more as it gets to the 3rd row of the 2 colors together until it's solid again. So here are my initial thoughts now that I've started a little bit of this. I originally started with the 2nd row, which was an accident. I didn't mean to. I thought that the 2nd row was gonna be a good spot for the 1st row, but it turns out it was a little bit lower than I initially wanted. So I ended up adding a row on top, which I think does look better than what it would have if it was just the 2nd row and I didn't add anything on top, but it's now a little bit higher than I would have liked. That could have been solved maybe with a bit of extra planning. Unfortunately, that's not how my brain works. The second thing is that I ran out of the lightest color. I wish I would have had a little extra to ombre a little bit more into the 2nd color, but that's okay. I still think it looks good. The glue in some spots is a little messier than I would like. I tried really hard to keep the glue contained, but unfortunately there was a bit of spillage. I did put a little bit too much glue in some spots. I guess those gems will just have a little extra holds than the other ones. So now the next step is to start ombreing the 2nd color into the 3rd color. Okay, it's finally done. And I am pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. There are a few spots that I accidentally put a little bit too much glue or the gems didn't align the way that I really wanted them to. But I think I was able to fix those mistakes by just adding another gem on top where it needed it, especially around the interface and the buttons. It was really tricky to line up the gems so that it bordering each button and the screen. I just finished it off by adding a clear coat of nail polish to just make the gems shine a little bit, especially after using this much glue. It kind of left a bit of a haze. And then finally, I realized that two random holes on the side and the top were actually for maybe like a lanyard or something else to attach to this thing. And then I realized I have this really cute cherry charm that I got at Michael's because I was planning on adding it to a charm necklace, which will be a future video. But I realized I didn't really like this charm as a necklace. It's a little bit too big and bulky. It's supposed to be scented. It's not, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to smell like cherries. But I thought it would be the perfect little dangle and the perfect color to add to this thing. In the end, I am actually really happy with this, even though there are a few mistakes and there are a few things I could have planned or done a little better. I don't think anyone would notice but me, and I think it's important to customize your items and add a little bit more whimsy into your life. And I encourage everyone to do the same thing, even if you're not a professional. I'm certainly not. I'm just trying to make things as cute as I can in my life. If you like this video and you like watching me try different crafts, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to post a video of a new craft every single week, and I hope to see you all there. That's it? Okay. Goodbye.